When we visited Kairouan in Tunisia, I thought I was just looking at an old mosque, but the history behind this place is far bigger than I expected. This clip is from my full documentary where I explain how this mosque was destroyed, rebuilt and eventually transformed into one of the most important Islamic sites in North Africa. As during one of these phases of conflict, the earlier mosque was destroyed along with parts of the settlement itself, but however the city was never actually abandoned, as control was re-established by the same broader governing forces that had originally founded it. So Kairouan was rebuilt in 703 CE, with the mosque being constructed again by the same community. This time though, the approach was more deliberate, with the mosque being rebuilt using stronger materials and a more structured design, reflecting a growing attention for permanence rather than temporary occupation. But it was not designed as a fortress, but built to endure, so it would not have been repeatedly replaced. Then as the city became more stable, its population slowly increased and the mosque became central to daily life. It was used for communal prayer, gatherings and decision making, serving as a spiritual and social heart of the settlement. Then over time, Kairouan also began to attract people from surrounding regions, which in turn slowly increased its importance as a recognised centre of settlement and faith. Then by the 9th century, the city developed significantly under this particular dynasty, which governed the region on behalf of this particular caliphate. This was one of the key rulers during this particular period who actually oversaw major transformation of the mosque. Now, and rather than simply repairing or expanding it, this decision was made to actually completely rebuild it and enlarge the structure itself to reflect the growing importance of Kairouan itself. Now, there was no single recorded architect of the project. Instead, it was likely designed and executed by teams of craftsmen and builders working under the state direction, with a significant portion of the materials used coming from earlier Roman and Byzantine ruins across the region again, including dismantled columns and carved stone elements from sites such as Carthage and other former settlements. These materials were then transported and reused, meaning that many parts of the mosque are actually older than the structure itself. Construction likely took place over several years during the 9th century, resulting in a large courtyard and expanded prayer hall, and one of the earliest known minarets in the Islamic world. When it was actually completed, the mosque stood apart not because of decoration, but because of its scale, structure and influence. Its architectural layout became reference point for later mosques across North Africa, helping define the emergent style of the Islamic religious architecture in the region.